Hello everyone. Now we are going to learn about quantum mechanics part 6 from your advanced engineering physics syllabus. This is Dr. S. Deepti, Assistant Professor in Physics, Department of H&S, MLR Institute of Technology. Now, what you are going to learn? Just you are going to learn about Croning-Penning model. Only one simple thing, right? So what is Croning-Penning model? The keynotes of this model, what are the Croning-Penning model tells about? So the concept is the Croning-Penning model explains how the periodic potentials in a crystal lattice lead to the formation of energy bands and band gaps. In the previous video lecture, we have already learnt about the Bloch theorem and its significance, or how the Bloch functions are there, how the atoms are repeated in a periodic fashion, right? How the potential energy inculcates there. Now, by using the Bloch theorem, we are going to learn about the mathematical formation of energy bands, right? So, the key equation is P sin alpha by alpha A plus cos alpha A is equals to cos Ka, derived using Schrodinger equation plus Bloch theorem. Allowed forbidden bands, real solutions of K, allowed energy bands, no solutions, forbidden gaps. Now, special limits, barrier height 0, free electron model, barrier height infinity, tight binding model, narrow allowed bands. Applications, explains band theory of solids, conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So, this theory, based on this theory itself, we have this theory pave way for the band theory of solids, where we can have the classification of materials into conductors, insulators and semiconductors. So, before going to know about them, let us know what is Croning-Penning model. So, the Croning-Penning model is a simple way to understand how the electrons moves inside a crystal. In a crystal, the atoms are arranged in a regular repetition pattern and creates periodic potential for the directions, okay, for the movement of electrons, right? So, according to this model, near the positive ions, the potential energy of electron is almost zero. Okay, potential energy is zero means what? There will be another energy possessed by the electron near positive ions. Between two ions, midway, the potential energy becomes highest. Okay, potential energy becomes highest in the middle way. This model explains us how the repeating structure of a crystal affects the motion and energy of electrons in the solids. So, see here, this is a Croning-Penning potential in the diagram. This is the actual potential, this is Croning-Penning potential. What here says between near the positive ions, the potential energy of the electron is almost zero. So, here the electron is there, 0 less than A less than, so the electron will be there. In between these two, the potential energy is maximum. Between two ions, the potential energy will be maximum, right? These are the basics of Croning-Penning model. Now, in order to have small derivation, the potential energy in the region 1 and region 2 can be written as V of x is equals to 0, 0 less than x less than a, 0 less than x less than or equal to a, right? 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to a, where V of x is equals to 0, right? Next, 0 minus b less than x less than or equal to a. V of x is equals to, what is given over here, it is equal to V naught maximum. So, that V of x is equals to maximum in between minus b less than x less than a, okay, here. So, V of x is the maximum, right? So, the time independent Schrodinger wave equation is given by dou square psi by dou x square or d square psi by dx square plus 2me by h cut square into e minus v by psi is equals to 0. So, applying the boundary conditions for region 1 and region 2. So, if you apply the boundary conditions, what happens here? For region 1, then d square psi by dx square is equals to, here v is equals to 0, then this means d square psi by dx square plus alpha square means 2me by h cut square into psi is equals to 0. So alpha square is equals to 2me by h cut square. So what happens here? When we apply the boundary conditions, v of x is equals to v naught. Between the reason, it will be lying in between the reason minus b less than x less than a. So here we can find the maximum potential energy, where dou square psi by d square psi by dx square plus beta square psi is equals to 0. That means if v of x is equals to 0, we can write the equation as d square psi by dx square plus 2m into e minus v naught by h cut square into psi is equals to 0. This is what we have written here, that is taken as beta square. Okay. Next, the solution for this equation have the form according to the Bloch's theorem. Psi of x is equals to uk of x e bar ikx. So uk is the periodic with a potential of lattice, that is uk of x plus a is equals to uk of a. So we have seen in the previous video lecture that v of x plus a is equals to v of a. The same thing, v are u are the same periodic potentials itself. So you can have u of x plus a is equals to uk of a. So uk depends on the exact nature of potential field. The solutions of equations 2 are possibly p sin alpha a by alpha a plus cos alpha is equals to cos a ka. According to your syllabus, this is the thing that we can have the derived from using the Schrödinger's time independent wave equation and also Bloch's theorem, right? Where P is scattered power of potential value, P is equals to 4 pi square ma by h square v naught into omega. So this equation 4 tells out that the function, right hand side function takes out only values between plus 1 and minus 1. What is the right hand side function here? It consists of sine and cos. So it takes the values between plus 1 and minus 1. So this graph shows RHS of the equation is plotted versus the energy. Okay. So let us explain about the graph. Since cos k can vary between plus 1 and minus 1, the intersection of function which with the range indicates the allowed and forbidden energy regions with the two conditions. So when P is equals to 0 indicates that the electron moves rigorously in the crystal. P is equals to 0. Remember that from the first onwards, we are just keeping in mind that whenever the potential energy is 0, then the electron movement will be there. Why? Because the electron movement always has a kinetic energy with it. When the potential energy is 0 means the kinetic energy will be will takes its form, and therefore the electron moves rigorously within the crystal. So this is the thing that we have already seen in the previous videos. So where the regular repetition of crystals is there, see here, these are the atoms that are situated, and if the potential energy is 0, then we can find out the maximum electron movement, right? So see here, P is equals to 0 indicates that the electron moves rigorously within the crystal. So cos alpha is equals to cos Ka. P is equals to 0 means within the equation, if we keep P sin alpha by alpha A plus cos alpha A is equals to cos Ka. If we keep this equation and if we keep P as 0 from this equation, then what happens? Cos Ka is equals to cos alpha A. So okay. So if K is equals to alpha, K square is equals to alpha square, we know that K square is equals to 2me by h cut square. So E is equals to h square K square by 2m. Okay. So E is equals to 4 h square K pi square by 8m lambda square and pi square. So K is equals to 2 pi by lambda and h cut is equals to h by 2 pi. If we apply these two things, we are going to get K square E is equals to 4 h square pi square by 8m lambda square into pi square. E is equals to h square by 2m lambda square. Right? So E is equals to h square p square by 2m h 2m h square. Lambda is equals to h by p. from de Broglie hypothesis. So E is equals to P square by 2m, that is equals to H square K square by 2m, that is equals to half mv square. What we got here? We got the proof of the energy associated with the electron within the crystal, that is half mv square. Half mv square means the kinetic energy of electron. Kinetic energy means the electron will be moving rigorously within the crystal. So when the potential is 0, then we are going to get the final energy as kinetic energy, right? So, okay, this is the forbidden region and this is the allowed region. Okay, let us explain after seeing this case 2. When P is equals to infinity, what happens here? When P is equals to infinity, then the whole expression is equals to will become as n. The energy will become n is equals to n square h square by 8 mA square. This indicates that the energy values are discrete. This means that electron is trapped inside the potential well and cannot move freely. When P is equals to infinity, the potential energy is high at its peaks. Then the electron moves within. Then the electron will be within the potential well itself. Okay, the electron will be in the potential well itself when we have the P is equals to infinity. The potential energy is equals to infinity. This model shows the allowed forbidden energy gaps. This model helps to classify the materials into insulators, conductors and semiconductors. What is the diagram? Let us consider the diagram itself. So this is alpha A. This is a graph between alpha A and P sin alpha by alpha A plus cos alpha A. What happens here? Here we have a graph which shows the allowed and forbidden energy levels. What are allowed and forbidden energy bands? Allowed bands means the bands which allows the movement of the electrons. Forbidden band means they forbid the movement of electrons, where the potential energy high, where the kinetic energy is high in this one. So there will be a regular repetition of kinetic and potential energies throughout the crystal surface, so that the electrons will be moving within the crystal surface, right? So this model explains about the movement of electrons within the crystal surface, and also the classification of materials, paves way for the classification of materials into insulators, conductors and semiconductors. So see here what we have learned in this video lecture. In this video lecture, you have learned about Cohen-Penning model and its significance. In the next video lecture, you will be learning about EK diagram and effective mass of an electron. Thank you.